Probably thinking.
Bro, when is it a movie?
Dear Unsaved Self.
Hey, Unsaved Jeffka.
Dear Unsaved Self. Sigh.
Hi guys, welcome back to our podcast. We are so happy, guys, that you are actually here watching this podcast. We're so grateful. We are also grateful for the likes, for the past views that you have given unto us. And so today we're going to be entering into a very what I'd like to say, something deep. And so guys, today drama expect tears, mostly from me, but on a serious note, guys, we're so grateful that we even have this opportunity. And even before we start, I'd like us to introduce ourselves. We'll start from ladies first. Inaendaje?
The man.
Sasa mkifanya hivi ndio.
Ladies first.
Or ladies first.
Wow.
They said it was gonna be.
No, he was like this.
It was supposed to be this.
Yeah.
And then he said ladies first. Okay, fine.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Faith Kaulu. I am born again. I love the Lord and the fellowship here at JCC Ongachirongai with these amazing people and other amazing people as well. Honored and humbled to be part of this podcast today.
Aww. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. And it's me, Don. Form, bro. Yeah, see, like, I think tunaanzia vile ameintroduce. So my name is Don, and I'm not from Alliance. But I fellowship with these amazing people, and thank you for having me in your podcast.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Next.
So guys, Wagwan.
Yeah.
Man.
Grr.
You can call me Mgonga.
Oh my
Because I'm
God.
back. Yeah, I know you missed me. Some jokes zangu dry. Yeah, my name is Jeff. A fellowship here with this wonderful people. Powerful women.
Maya kaya dede.
Saduba Dayi.
Mama.
Yes. Thank you for having us. It's funny, but
It's okay.
Yeah.
Some of us are intercessors, guys. You just start and we flow, eh?
Prayer warrior. It's okay.
Thank you. So today, actually, what we'll be talking about, we won't be doing a lot of talking, like discussing what I mean. But today, basically, we'll be reading letters to our unsaved selves. You know, our lives before we knew Jesus Christ, our lives before we had that opportunity to encounter him, you know, on a deep level. Okay?
Yeah.
So before we even go to the letters, guys, we'll start with you guys. Why do you think it's important to like share your stories? Cricket. Who wants to go
ladies
first?
Okay, first of all, I think we need to stop depending on the ladies first thing.
Come on.
But okay.
wow.
Before violence, guys, stay
Ladies
tuned.
last.
No, like let's just chip in if we have something to say.
Yeah.
So I'll throw whatever is coming to my mind now, and then I can also contribute later.
Mm-hmm.
One, I think it's important for us to share our story, and everyone really, because it provides a platform for healing.
Mm-hmm.
Once you share, you realize, wow, okay, and if maybe you haven't dealt with anything that has revealed itself,
Mm-hmm.
you embark on a journey of healing that aspect, and then it also provides an opportunity for others to hear. So if you're sharing your story and someone else is relating or someone else is hearing, they see how you overcame that. It gives them an idea of what they need to do, of what steps to follow, and lets them know that, by the way, you can overcome this. So it's also an aspect of encouraging someone, really. I think sharing your story as a believer also speaks of God's power. This is if you're sharing your testimony, because it shows of the great things that God has done for you. And unknowingly, you demonstrate His greatness and His love for you. Because sometimes you can share your story without, going into the details of, God fought this for me.
Yeah.
But just sharing a story and acknowledging Him, for someone who's watching, they really get an idea, especially if someone is not born again. It's like preaching to them without actually preaching. You are just explaining how powerful this God is. Sometimes by our own strength, we are not able to deal with certain things. But because God wills it, and because He provides grace and strength, we are able to overcome. Yeah, I think as I get more, I'll share.
Hey,
Wacha nisimalize.
that was, I know, it was quite profound.
You just preached for like 30 seconds.
Yeah, like somebody,
That was so
as
powerful.
somebody out there is like, hey man.
Someone else is like, that's so me.
Yeah, they're
Preach.
Yeah.
I feel like people tend to feel like, oh, yeah, not to
Yeah.
I can also overcome. I feel like testimonies and just sharing this. See, when you go to heaven, you don't have to ask questions. You just so you're scarred. And I feel like for the people who are friends, their scars, the scars that we carry, they are the things that really identify us. And as a people, those scars that maybe I may be wearing a sweater, I may be wearing, I'm out there, I'm praying, I seem like I'm perfect. But once I remove that's
Jolly.
garments. Let me call it garments.
Jolly.
Jolly.
Wow.
Once I remove the garments now is where now you see, oh wow. On a holes. And I feel like people tend to relate, and it's a way, as you say, teaching to something, telling them, hey, you're not in this alone. I was there, there's grace was applied, and I made it wrong.
But I don't know.
Sing.
Yeah, manze, me, I know for a fact, like,
Sorry.
I did it.
One thing I know,
Hey.
Jehovah took it over.
Jehovah.
Yeah.
I made it through.
Hey, yeah, yeah.
You're a woman of God. Yeah, man. I mean, like, sharing your story is more like just the fact that you come out and you're like willing to share your story. It's just like telling God, man, say, I accept everything I've done, accept what I've gone through, and like, yeah, man, this is me, so take over.
Wow.
It's so important because you also get a better hold of understanding yourself and make sure you don't repeat the same mistakes again.
Yeah.
It keeps on check.
Yeah.
Keeps you on track.
But let me say it needs courage for most people.
Yeah.
Because you are being vulnerable at this point. We're living in a world where everyone would rather keep for themselves or to themselves what they have been
Die
through.
with it.
Yeah, and because we're also living in a world where we are so judgmental.
Yeah.
Like, Karen, you mean? So you'd like, so you'd rather keep it to yourself in a way that. So it takes courage and strength for others to even share your story.
Yeah. Wow. Everything you guys have said, it's so beautiful, and in a way it has helped me see it in a different light. There's a way you can see something and then you look at it from a different angle and a different perspective, and it just becomes a whole brand new thing to you. And it's just wow.
Yeah. A wow factor.
A wow factor. Thank you guys for that. Why do you think, and on that, like the importance of sharing your story? There's also sharing your story, and then there's the testimonial aspect of it. Unajua, I think like in a way, like sharing your story, you could be sharing your story to I'm gonna put air quotes because I don't know how to put it well, but maybe to give yourself glory, to become the hero of your story, you know. But if you're giving a testimony, it's like you're telling other people, like, hey, look, this is what God has done for me. Like, by myself, I couldn't do it. In no way could I have done it.
Yeah.
So why do you think it is important to tell your stories, but not necessarily like tell your stories, but testify?
Testify is like just to give God all the praises, like to let people know God works in like miraculous ways by telling your story, and someone, if they're relating out there, because they know like different aspects of many stories and what people have done, and how God works His wonders in people is not the same way for you, but like it gives them hope. And the fact that you're not taking the glory, but you're giving it to God, is like a big factor that people should consider. Because without God,
Hey, guys.
yeah, you feel me?
Yeah.
I mean, it's important.
It's important. And one thing, a testimony is like a letter. Fact. It's a love letter to God.
Oh, wow.
You see, God will always write.
Yeah, man.
When it was about to get serious. But anyway, guys.
Send lights to Jaffa.
Like, God will always write to us love.
It's okay.
Okay.
No, by them, I'm not laughing.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
After 2 years of laughter.
Okay, God will always write
Thank
love
you.
letter. Hey.
I think at this point, it's okay. You just write. I will read. Right, I will read.
Oh no, it's happened how many times?
It's a lot.
Imagine that's a testimony. What?
Nikubad, guys. Nikubad.
No, listen.
Mungu anaandika
We're
tumia
listening.
Kiswahili.
Okay.
Just
Okay, fine.
take it slow.
Always.
I'm so sorry. It's the fact that Faith just said take it slow. Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
take it slow, bro.
Do you continue?
Yeah, let's go.
Literally. Literally.
Okay, so anyway,
Mm-hmm.
God will always write love letters to us through the small miracles that we see. And when we tell God,
I'm listening.
do
It's
you have the
okay.
time?
It's okay.
It's emotional.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's the fact that I'm
Tears.
trying not to laugh. And then Don is literally breathing like.
No, me, I'm okay. What about you?
I'm so sorry. It's not even like it's a funny thing. It's the fact that I'm trying not
Me too,
to
like,
laugh.
Yes,
Okay,
Jeff.
fine.
58.
Fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. So like he's always there to lead miracles. Hey, I love you.
Yeah.
Oh, your arms are able to move. I love you. Oh, you can speak.
Mm.
Oh wow, you have hair. I love you. Like they're too small miracles. And I feel like when you testify and acknowledge that, may God,
Mm-hmm.
na understand. I feel like that is God's love language. And this is why Jesus
Man, that's a very deep point
Yeah.
that I really like, because usually when people testify, sometimes I find myself thinking, you know how you think something is normal,
Yeah.
but it's not normal for
Yeah,
everyone.
It's not.
Yeah.
There's someone who testified for something as little as having nails,
Mm-hmm.
and you have nails, and you think everyone has nails, you know.
Yeah.
And you hear someone's story of how God restored their speech.
Yeah.
And at that point, you're just like, manze, thank you, God.
Mm.
And you just awed of what he's doing.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's a form of worship.
Mm.
It's like telling God, hey, I worship you.
Mm.
Hata kama saa zingine sionani.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mimi najua nimeona.
Nimecheki.
Hii ni testimony yangu.
Kwanza to the fact that naamka ngware.
Yeah.
Like nimeamka tu asubuhi. Wow, mashallah bro. That's like a testimony every day. You know, manze. Yeah.
Facts, man.
Wow. I love the way that you say, like, it's a love letter from God to us. Like, you know how...
No, like God's love language. That was deep, bro.
I know, yeah.
God has a love language, bro.
Yeah.
Just you have to understand it.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to love him with his love.
Uko hapa tu na physical touch.
Unataka vitu.
Are you
God,
okay?
nipe. Hiyo ndo love language yangu.
Oh, wow.
But it's just the son, just a thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just telling me you have seen my miracles. Yes.
Behold, I will bless you. I will fire my blessings.
Oh. Yeah, and speaking of letters and love letters, today we actually wanted to...
I know, right? I know.
Guys, I'm not here. What's going on?
10,000 catch up.
Fine.
I know.
Fine.
Yeah. Like Jeff was
Eh?
talking about letters.
Oh, it's okay.
And today
we are
Yeah,
talking
I
about
didn't know
letters. Guys, speaking of letters, I love the way you are talking about love letters from God to us. And today we're also talking about letters. But we're talking about letters to our unsaved self. You know, in every Christian's life, okay, unless other than wale wenye walitoka kama already wako saved. But we all have, hadi sisi wenye we were brought up in Christian families. Those eras of, we know God, but Mungu wa mam na dad. But you don't know God as my God. You know, you don't know him as my savior, my rock, and you know, such things.
Yeah.
So we were talking about my unsaved self, that version of you that didn't know God, that version of you that wouldn't run to God for everything, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we came up with a couple of letters, and we're gonna read to drum rolls. And we are gonna read to our unsaved self, and we are gonna talk to them in a way that you're telling them, like, right now where you are, what do you know now that you wish they knew then, you know? Don't know
Yeah.
to. Are you okay?
I think we're going to be
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna start with mine. I'm screaming.
Make sure like everyone starts theirs with like dear unsaved self.
Yeah, see, that's how you are starting. Amma, how do you rate your letters?
Yeah.
Don't expose your. I'm sorry.
It's the way he's breathing.
I'm furious, but in a godly way.
Wow,
Holy hand.
that makes...
Bro, what's up with you today?
Moving on.
Moving on safely, Jeffa.
Moving on.
Okay,
we
man,
thank
yeah.
the Lord.
Let's go.
So, yikes. Okay.
Take your time.
Wow, guys. This is what I'm dealing with on a daily basis. Wow. Okay. So, dear unsaved self, hi. I'm laughing right now because we are at a better place, like a really good place. I know you know of God and you reverence him, but it's not the same. For you can't be a friend of God and a friend of the world. The world will mislead you. The world will take from you. You're not gonna be aware, but that's the reality of life. Right now you think the hype in the world is all that. Listening to secular music, going out for fests, secular ones, and concerts, thinking that is where you get your fulfillment, but it's not. Listen, I know right now, hata hauko serious na church. You don't go to church every Sunday because you think pastors are liars and church is a business. But you'll soon find out that is not the case. God will lead you somewhere where your soul will find refreshment, where you will unknowingly embrace as home and find a family of people who aren't biologically connected to you, but who will love you as you are. I know it feels like I'm selling a dream, but it's not. Dear unsaved self, this is our reality. Right now, you're probably eating up the hype of the world, thinking church is boring and no fun. But did you ever think you'd be in church shooting a podcast? Imagine you can get hyped in church. You can get hyped in church too. Like, you will find such fun people. And I like to be crazy at times. But those are the friends God has sent to you. You see, that is how much God knows you. He gives you what you want even before you know what you want. He says, even before you are formed, I knew you. In Jeremiah 29:11, he says, for I know the plans I have for you. Plans to prosper you and not to fail you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. Right now, you're going through a lot, and sometimes you find yourself in dark places. Wait, even before I get there, do you know that it has been 2 years now since we got an asthma attack? I know the doctors told you that you are going to have this for the rest of your life. I know how it made you feel, looking at your loved ones fear for your life every time, them holding onto their pulse, begging for your life, and you struggling to breathe right in front of them, feeling suffocated and trying hard to breathe. I remember there were times you'd get tired and you wanted to give up and just stop breathing so that you stop the pain. But I'm glad you kept fighting, because today you are a living testimony that God can do it, that He can do exceedingly abundantly above what you think or imagine. Down the line, you're gonna get lonely, empty, and sad, like a lot of the times. Well, and slowly you're gonna fall into depressive episodes. You're gonna feel like you have no purpose. You're gonna try isolating, but imagine that won't work. And talking to people will help, but you'll go back to bed at night and you'll find it hard to sleep, even with their encouraging words. Unajua zile jokes za crying in the shower and the bathroom. Hiyo itakuwa wewe. But listen, through all that, God is planning something beautiful for you. He wants to save you. Looking back, I'm glad I went through that, because what I found on the other side was better than gold and silver, better than riches, more than what the world could ever offer. I found God, I found salvation, I found joy and happiness that none or nothing can take from me. I found peace. Nowadays I smile all the time, even in bad situations. It's like God just put a smile on my face and it won't move, and I love Him all the more for that. Dear unsaved self, God will come to you. He will knock at your door. Please open and don't harden your heart, because the fruits are way sweeter. He will return to you the years eaten by the caterpillars and the cankerworms. He will love you so purely. He will be your guide, your friend, and your love, your father, and your confidant. He will fight for you and shame your enemies. He will defend your honor. He will give you a new name, blessed favor. Dear unsaved self, our life is so beautiful now that we know God. There's a lot to say to you, but dear unsaved self, we found our way home.
Oh,
Wow.
Situmaliza tu podcast.
Alright,
Wow.
wow.
That felt like a poem, man.
It felt like actually you opening your heart.
Shit, that was deep, bro. You know what? We're still like catching up from that. Still. How do you feel? You didn't cry?
So strong, my hands are shaking.
Yeah, literally.
I was literally just trying my best not to cry because when I look back at what genuinely God has done for me,
Yeah.
like there is no way like I can't acknowledge him
Amen.
and give him praise, because it's not just what I listed down. It's like every day waking me up, every day I get out of bed and I stand and I'm like, God, this is another day you have given me. Like, do you know, there are times, like literally nowadays, there was a time, by the way, I used to be the weather forecaster, because when rainy seasons come, like I will get asthma attacks. Like when I get an asthma attack, people know it's gonna rain, because because then it's like a weather a weather forecaster, you know. And it was so sad, and those times were so hard. And you know, even hearing from a younger age that you're gonna, you know, struggle with this for the rest of your life, it wasn't easy. There were times I was branded like the sick girl because I'd be sick all the time. Even in high school, I never stayed in schools. I was always home. And I remember there's one time nilitokanga shule ya Western nikaenda Coastal. Sasa nikakaa huko hiyo shule ya Coastal. Kurudi Western tukaenda symposium mengine. On that symposium, like we met with the school that I was before. But I had gone to a different school. So I met with the school that I was in before. So people are like, hi, Koki, hi, you know. And then there's this one girl who was like, hi, sijui what. And then I had her talking to her friend. They're like, I can't remember her. Who is she? And then her friend goes, she's that sick girl. And I was like, wow. So here I was, it's like that. Like here I was thinking like people genuinely knew me, but they didn't know me. They just know the sick girl. And then fast forward to now, where I know God, where I have seen his hand in my life, and I have seen him heal me, and I have seen him, I have seen him taking away that pain, because I will genuinely see like the pain in my parents. You know, when I'd have those asthma attacks, it was like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like I legit can't breathe. And when I was having those attacks, I'd look at my mom, like how panicked she was. Every time I'd have them, she would think like she's losing a child. So to her it was hard, but to me it was 10 times hard to watch her. And I feel like sometimes, why am I even crying?
It's okay.
And I feel like sometimes, like, I never really would talk about that. I will talk about those depressive episodes, you know, and all that. But I genuinely was like that sick girl. Like, I'd go anywhere. Like, the first thing somebody will ask me when I walk out of the door, not even like, wherever you're going, go safely. Have you carried your inhaler? Do you have your inhaler every time? Where is your inhaler? Did you take your inhaler? There was a time I will take 2 inhalers every day just for me not to have those attacks, just for me to breathe properly. And it was bad in that even like when I have the attacks, like the inhalers wouldn't help me. I had to be taken to the hospital to be nebulized, to stay there, and then to be injected with other like sijui dawa gani yenye ina boost up your adrenaline, so that now like unajua ukikimbia kidogo nani inafungukanga, so that now nani yangu inafunguka, like now I can breathe properly. And it got to a time whereby I was like, I remember, I think I was in class 8 and I had an attack and I was like breathing, and I was in school and I was just like, me, I can do this anymore. Like, you guys I know my parents aren't here, but just tell them that I love them because I genuinely can't do this anymore. I can't like try grasping for air when I know I can't breathe. I look stupid in my head. I look stupid and crazy. And I was like, I'm not even going to try to breathe. So if I die, I die. Like I had already made peace with it in heart. And I think I blacked out because I was taken to the hospital and my parents were there. But now fast forward to when I got saved, when I knew God, I still would have those asthma attacks. But then now when I started knowing God, it got to a place whereby I was like, it has to be personal. Like I talk to God, I'm like, God, you know, I hear these things about people saying, and you know, they say like you can serve God and stay the same. And I'm like, God, I can serve you and still be sick all the time, you know? So I just told God, like, God, you have to heal me. You know, God, you have to take this from me because I'm not willing to be struggling with this all the time. Like, I'd imagine myself as a mother. Sasa, kona asthma nani ndo ananibeba watoi. You know, nani ndo ananibeba watoi. So I'm like, it can't, you know, it won't make sense. So it's just like, God, like literally, like save me, like take this from me. You heal cancers, you heal everything. Let this be a testimony for me. And you know, I think I was in the media room because my last asthma attack, I remember I had it in the media room. I was taken to the hospital and I remember that was the last attack I ever had. And I was like, you know what, from now on, I'm not taking any inhalers. If I have an attack, ni hivo, kiende. I'm not taking inhalers. I'm not going to be taking any Budakot wherever. I'm not, you know, that's it. Like, I'm done. Because I thought to myself, like, it's mediocrity, you know, to be serving God and then you're going through all this, you know. It's like you don't even believe in the God you serve. So I'm like, haya sawa God, mi nimeambiwa wewe una healing wase, sawa. Mi nimeokoka, ni heal. Mi nakuserve, ni heal. So, and imagine, I know, and imagine that was the last time I ever had like an asthma attack to date, like I've never had. And I now see God as my healer, not only my healer, but my savior, my rescuer. I feel like this every time, you know? You know, literally, it's funny because hadi sai kama venye sina sweta hivi, ningekuwa nimeshashikwa na asthma attack. And the fact that niko hapa and I'm still alive, you know? Honestly, me hadi sikuwa naona like nitafika this long. Honestly, I genuinely didn't think. Like, with the way the asthmas are coming back to back, I didn't think. But to see what God has done in my life, I know. I just tell like my unsaved self, harakisha uokoke bro. Like, una waste time. Where is this? Hujui kuna dawa huku mbele, you know? You know, yeah. So to my unsaved self, I just tell her like, get saved. Like God is it. It's not only that He'll take you through. He'll take you through 1,000 other things. Yeah, that were meant to kill you, but no weapon formed against you, girl. And that's on period. So
like deep.
I know.
Yeah, I was kind of lost.
You can just finish here and impact has been felt. You know? Like,
definitely.
Yeah.
May feel like even mine is like.
I know.
Like, what is this? I was looking, my ancestral self will not even read it. They'll be like, wow.
You can do better.
Yeah, you can do better. Oh no. Karen, man.
Oh my.
That was.
No, Buddha.
No. I was like going through mine. I'm like, woo. She just took all the light. But like, it's so important because out there, man, it's more like a testimony to like really understand like how God works miracles, man. Imagine like say your unsaved self in class 8, man. She was such a dummy.
I know, right? Like, who doesn't
How
get
comes you wanna end this, bro? You got a whole who would have shot this pod?
God has his plans, I guess.
God did. Yeah.
Well, guys, that was my story, and as you can see, there are very many other beautiful people here who have similar stories to share and similar letters to their unsaved selves.
Who's next?
Who's next? Coles, would you like to go? Okay,
One more
Jeff.
person maybe then.
Jeff.
You can start.
Okay, picky ponky. Mother had a donkey. Donkey died. Mother cried. Picky pong.
Girl gents, and then girl gents.
Alright, fine.
Don't go.
No,
Don't
let's
go.
play rock paper scissors. Wait.
Really?
Rock paper scissors. Shoot.
On a podcast, guys.
Okay, now another one. Tiebreaker. Oh.
What do you mean tiebreaker?
Take the wheel, Lord.
Jeff, I go.
Oh, I should read mine.
Yeah.
Hey, Unsaved Jeff.
Wow, you guys.
Okay, so you're probably thinking,
Bro, when is it a movie? Aye, fine.
You guys, you
Let's
just
do
let
it, let's
him
do it
read
one
his
day.
letter.
Yeah, you do
mine
you.
basically is not a long.
Mm-hmm.
The maana nimesema, you're probably thinking I'm writing this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no. I'm actually not. That's
Okay.
Okay, guys.
it's not that long. This swift chapter right here. It doesn't have a lot of things. It doesn't have a lot of thoughts. And I'd like to tell you that probably you don't know this, but yeah, you're alive. My guy, you're alive. It's been 3 years now. God that is all. That is my long message. don't have so many words. I'm not trying to please people. So just that. Okoka. Jaribu
How many
kumjua
times have you called Jeff?
Yeah.
On camera. On camera. Yeah.
Yeah, so that is what I am not a man of many words, as you can see, as you can already tell from the head. So see you later.
Do you wanna?
Like he's to
I'm supposed to explain.
Yeah.
Wow. So my unsaved self, please forgive me for snitching. Yes, this guy was a person who